'Cause we can leave the Christmas lights up till January, and it's still January, so you can't yell at me yet. Hey friends, I am so overwhelmed with excitement right now because today is my reveal video for the January 2020 launch that will be released at Creativation, and it can be in your hands in February. Basically, what's going to go on right now is you guys get to see all the products that we're releasing, and we're not going to tease you for too long. At Creativation, it's going to be available for all of your favorite store owners, so be sure if your favorite store owner is going to Creativation to let them know to grab some Simon Hurley Create items. Then they ship to your favorite store owners in February, and you can get your hands on them about mid-February. So, I am so incredibly excited today to reveal my release with you. I always say this one is probably my favorite one as I'm growing and learning in my design process, and I keep coming up with new ideas for each release. I love each release more and more, and I hope you guys do too as well. Now, don't exclude the other releases that we've already previously released. I make sure that all the products work together really well so that you can still use your background stamps and your clear stamps and your stencils with everything that is releasing now. And of course, the inks work perfectly with the old inks, and in fact, they work hand in hand to create a beautiful palette of colors. Oh, and right now, if you're watching this like within the hour that it's uploaded to YouTube, I am live on Facebook, so if you want to go check that out as well and interact with me over there, I'll have a link down below so you can join us. So if you guys have been keeping up with my Instagram, you'll know that there are 6 new colors of Simon Hurley Create ink pads. If you haven't been keeping up and you want to, we always give sneak peeks and hints and behind the scenes photos over there on Instagram, so I'll leave a link down below where you guys can check it out at inklipse. But we're going to turn on the work surface and look at the colors each individually. They really add so much to the line of colors. So this first one is Piggyback. What a fun name, right? So we're continuing those awesome names, and this color is just a super light, almost pastel color of pink. But it is super warm in comparison to what we had in the past. Our past color was Rosy Cheeks, which is a lot darker and a lot more of a cool tone, a little bit more muted of a darker pink color. This one is almost like a pastel in comparison to it. It is such a light, vibrant color, and it's almost got some orange tones to it, so it's a really warm pink as well. So you can see here, this is it stamped. This is watercoloring. I just love that. Look at that fun tone there. And then here it is just blended out. So the reason why I wanted to add this pink to the line is because there are so many times when I've needed a lighter pink and a little bit of a warmer pink too, where you almost just want a haze of color, and this does just that. It's beautiful for sunsets and layering, especially with Rosy Cheeks. It goes really well hand in hand layering with this color, which I love. Okay, so here is Guppy. So Guppy is a really awesome orange tone, but it's got lots of yellow to it, and it's a really bright, vibrant orange. So what I like about it is it's like a honey color, which is so much fun. In the past, we've had Traffic Cone, which in comparison you can see Traffic Cone was a lot cooler of a color. It was also quite a bit darker than Guppy is. So introducing Guppy into the line really brings a whole new orange hue to the look of the line. And of course also this does have lots of yellow hues to it. I think on camera it looks a little bit more yellow than it is in real life, but it definitely has a yellow kind of undertone or influence to it, so it goes really well with those colors as well. But I just love Guppy. It is such a great addition because if you really want that warm honey orange, this really provides you with that, whereas Traffic Cone, again, is a lot more of a cool toned orange. So this one is so much fun and adds a ton to the line. Okay, next up we have Psych, and I love this one. You have to say it like that because it's got that exclamation point in there, but it's such a fun green color. But the cool part about it is it's kind of a green, it's kind of a yellow. What I like about Psych is it doesn't know what it is, and that's exactly why I named it Psych, because really in person, I'm not sure how it's showing up on camera, but it's this yellowy green, almost a little bit of olive tones to it too, color. And it's this really beautiful, vibrant color, but it's not too in your face, which I love. So this works perfectly with the green family, perfectly with the yellow family. In the past, we've had Overzealous, which is really a green. You can tell Overzealous is for sure a green, whereas Psych kind of doesn't know what it is, which I love. So you can influence it with the greens, you can use it with the yellows, and really this color was so needed, especially with floral bouquets, or if you want to add it into projects and make it look like a green, and mix it in with other things. It really adds a pop of vibrant color to your project. Okay, so Minty Fresh is a weird one. So we actually choose the color and then the chemist formulates it for us, and we go back and forth until we get something that we absolutely love. And so Minty Fresh was this color that I thought was going to be more of a gray kind of neutral tone, and I was like, okay, perfect. We're going to add another gray. But it being the color that it is really even adds more than that to the line. Minty Fresh ended up being, yes, you could totally use it as a neutral, but it also goes with the greens and it goes with the blues. It's almost like a teal, almost robin egg gray kind of color, which is so beautiful. It's really a color that I haven't seen, but a color that I use very often in my projects. So look at that beautiful color. So there it is watercolored out, there it is stamped and blended, and you can see just how fun this Minty Fresh color is. It really reminds me of a stick of gum. I really chose these colors because they work well together, but also because some of the colors really don't know what they are, like Minty Fresh and Psych, and it really adds a lot to the line when the color doesn't know what it is, because it just makes it so you can use it with lots of different color families and kind of make it be whatever you want it to be. So Tropical Tango is the next color, and I absolutely love this one. It is such a beautiful greenish, tealish color, which I absolutely love, and we needed a darker kind of green or blue in the line, and so the way I use this is whether you're blending with blues or whether you're blending with greens, you can use this to kind of darken up either one of those tones, and it works beautifully, and of course, it is just a great teal color on its own as well. So it's this beautiful islandy blue color that I absolutely love. You can probably hear my dogs barking in the background. So here it is watercolored, here it is stamped and then blended out, but look at that luscious greenish teal color. So you can use it really with any color family, and it looks so stunning, and it's a nice darker rich color, which I love. Now last but not least, we have Crown Me, and I absolutely love this purple color. It really is a true purple. We didn't actually have a true purple in our line before. We had Triple Berry, which I love. It's a much warmer purple color that almost could go with pinks. So Crown Me we were sitting in the meeting room and we were like, what color do we not have? And our product sourcer said, hey, we don't really have a purple color. And so this is what we were kind of missing, this grapey, royal purple color. It's got a lot of blue tones in it, but it really is what I would call more of a true purple. So I absolutely love how royal and regal this color looks, and it's such a luscious purple color. So if we look at the swatch here, there it is watercolored, there it is stamped, and there it is blended. So you're gonna have tons of fun with Crown Me. Okay, now that I'm done sharing those 6 colors, I'm gonna flash on screen here all of the colors together with the swatches. You'll see this at Creativation as well, but I wanted to show you kind of how some of the new colors fit in with the older colors. Ranger, actually, I mailed them my swatches. They're going up at Creativation, so I mailed those already, so I don't have them in my hand, but if I could, I would share kind of how they fit in. But this picture gives a really great representation, and I'll be sharing even more at Creativation. But I just wanted to show those awesome 6 new colors, and like I always say, Ranger will keep making new colors if you guys keep showing your love for them. So keep purchasing the inks, keep showing them love, keep creating projects with them. Ranger loves to see that, and they'll keep letting me create more colors if you keep allowing it and you keep loving on them. So thank you so much for all of your amazing support. I am so excited for you guys to get your hands on these 6 new colors in February. They're absolutely amazing, and they add so much to the ink line. So I'm excited for you to get your hands on them. Alright, now let's move on to the design portion of this video, and then at the end of the video, I'm going to be showing how I used all these things in lots of projects and samples. And of course, we'll be showing more at Creativation videos, but I wanted to just share the products in today's video. So let's take a look. So let's start off with Byrd Buddies. So this one is a clear 6x9 photopolymer stamp set, and what I love about this one is we incorporated tons of different types of birds in here, which I just love. So here we have the blue-footed boobies. If you don't know what those are, you gotta look them up. They're so much fun. This one cracks me up. I love his little pose there, and I have so much fun drawing and designing these. So these two are so adorable. Then we've got a little parakeet there with his little arm out, and then a toucan up there. And these two can be sitting on branches as well. We really made it so that they have lots of things to sit on. Sometimes I see bird stamp sets and I don't really know where to put them or what to do with them. So here we did a birdhouse, we did a swing, and a tree branch. So you get lots in here to put them on. And then we have this fun peacock. I absolutely love that guy. And then these two little guys, of course, are just so much fun. And then you have his little babies in the nest as well, which is so cute. So for the 6x6 stencil, this one is called Leafy Greens, and I just absolutely love this one. The cool part about this design is you're able to, of course, stencil it onto a card. It's gonna look great as a background with birds or the jungle scenes. I think it's really just a great type of foliage in the background. But the cool part is since it has spaces in between each one, you can actually flip the stencil and shift it a little bit to create leaves in between each one. And I'll be demoing that, but I also have examples showing it, and I think it just looks beautiful. So this stencil is so much fun and very versatile. Now I am so in love with my red rubber background stamps. Stampers Anonymous does such a great job manufacturing these, and the stamps stamp perfectly with that amazing red rubber, and they're able to catch so much detail in there. So this one is called Timber, and I absolutely love these kind of pine branches. I haven't really seen a stamp too much like this where it's a more cartoony kind of style, but look at all that detail in there as well with those fun brush strokes in each one. And the cool part, of course, like a lot of my background stamps, this peels apart. So of course you can use this as a full background and stamp it just like this, but this actually peels apart so you can use some of these branches by themselves or in different groupings. So let me show you. So if I wanted to use this one by itself, I totally could just mount it on an acrylic block and stamp it down. We've done a cut here as well, so you have different varieties if you want to stamp maybe two kind of farther apart but have them not look exactly the same. Then we have this larger grouping of three, so if you want to stamp it on like the side or edge of a card and get three all together. And then we have the last two together as well. So the reason why I love this is because if I wanted to stamp these in all different colors and just do two branches down the card in different colors, you totally can, or you can kind of use them however you want. And there's no need for masking. I'm not a big fan of masking. I don't enjoy it. I don't like it. And so if I can make things simpler and make it almost several stamps in one background stamp for a great price point, I'm definitely gonna do that. And of course, if you want to piece the background back together, all you have to do is put all those little pieces back in and then grab your acetate sheet. You can put it all right back on there. And then you're ready to go for next time you want to use this as a full background. So I love that you're able to peel it apart, and usually if I'm just stamping this normally, I just keep it on the acetate sheet, ink it up, and put my paper down. And I find that's the best way to get the best impression as well. But I love that you're able to peel it apart and use them all separately. It really adds tons. So the next clear 6x9 photopolymer stamp set is called Puppy Puns, and I absolutely love this one. So here we have all different heads of all different types of dogs, and I absolutely love it. So here we've got different huskies. You can color them to look like whatever dog you have. So if you have a dog that looks like this, or you can add spots to make it a Dalmatian. So, you know, golden doodles, pugs. We got lots of different types of dogs in here. There's a little Vizsla there, a little wiener dog, a Chihuahua, of course. So these are after lots of my friends' dogs, lots of dogs that I've seen online, and my own pups, of course. And then we have little paws for them here. So you can put those kind of in front of them to make them pop over a banner or to make them kind of peeking through a window. Hint, 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 hint for the next product. And then we have lots of things to dress them up, like glasses, birthday hats, bones, and then these are of course so much fun. I rough you and hugs. And then we got some puns to go along with them. So you're golden for the golden retriever, and I retrieved your gift. Hola señorita for the little Chihuahua. Happy birthday, I love you, you're possum, sorry to pug you, you're a star, don't let the paparazzi stop you, and so glad I spotted you. So this is just such a fun set. Whether you have any of these dogs and you want to color it in like your dog, or you know somebody who's just a huge dog lover, this one is so much fun, and there's endless possibilities with this. I just love these little dog heads. Now to go along with the puppies, we have another stencil in the Maker line of stencils. Now these are really fun if you haven't used them before. We have a shell and we also have a flower maker. But now we have the window maker. And this doesn't look like a ton in the packaging, but of course you use it with your Simon Hurley Create inks and you can layer everything up to create a beautiful 3D effect on your card. And it just creates a really stunning design in the end. What I love about these is I've seen lots of window stamps, but I don't want to take all the time to color it in. So using a stencil is much easier because it's so quick to add the color in. So here's what that window is going to look like once you're all done stenciling, and of course I have examples. And there's also a little flower box you can make as well, which I think is so much fun. So you're going to be able to sneak those little dogs in the window, which is so cute. Of course you can cut the window out and make some fun interactive cards as well. But I just love this window maker, and I have a feeling you guys are going to have so much fun creating with it as well. Now, I have never seen a background stamp like this next one. This one is called School Scribbles, and I am so in love with it. It totally brings me back to every doodle that I used to do in school is pretty much on here. But this one is so much fun. And sometimes with backgrounds, you just need a little bit of texture. You just need a little bit of, color in the background or detail. And you could totally stamp this tone on tone. You could do some fun emboss resist techniques or some lift techniques. And it just creates some fun and playful texture for a really playful card, which I am so in love with. And yeah, I've never seen anything like it, but I think it was totally necessary and I cannot wait to see you guys use this. I already have used it so many times and have so many plans for it because it's just a great textured background that adds lots of interest. And oh my gosh, I love this here. Yes, no, and she checked no. Now this next clear 6x9 stamp set has been in the works for probably about a year. We were going to release it last year, but we have something special along with it that I'm going to share in just a second. So this one is called Flower Picking Friends. What I love about this is it has huge flowers in it. We didn't have many flowers in the first couple of releases, but I'm so glad that we do now. So this is what a A2 sized 4 1/4 by 5.5 card would look like. And look, so those flowers are quite large on there, which I just love the size of them. They're quite large and they're going to work really well on the cards, which I love so much. Just a big flower if you want. But then, of course, in Simon Hurley Create fashion, we had to incorporate some critters in there as well. And you'll see how this kind of works in just a second, but they can be holding these flowers. And I made it so the critters are a lot smaller than the flower, so it just looks kind of funny and so much fun. They picked that little huge flower and they're going to give it to you on the card. So a little puppy, of course, the bear, and then the fox, you can have it going through his tail, which is so cute. Then there's a big ladder for them to kind of climb up the flower if you want. And these flowers are just so much fun. Now with this stamp set, we also did something different. So drum roll, please, right? So here we've created Simon Hurley Create washi tape strips. So this is so incredibly exciting. We've turned some of my hand-drawn designs into washi tape and created some really awesome kind of arrangements on here with my designs. So you'll be getting 8 sheets. Now the reason why I did it in washi tape strips instead of rolls is I find we're all collecting the rolls, but you never really get to using all of them. And also they're a pretty high price point for just tape. So I decided I'm going to do it in washi tape strips. That way you're able to use all these up, but have them at a great price point. And I think also this is a lot easier to store, seeing that it's paper thin. So that's why I love these, and I'm so excited for you guys to get your hands on them. So let's walk through some of these designs. I've already been putting them over envelopes, my laptop, in the planner as well. They work for all different types of things. So if you have a planner friend, be getting these for them because they are so much fun for inside of your planner. So I'm just going to pull out one of the sheets to show you guys the designs here. So this is regular washi tape material, but it's printed and cut out on these sheets. So these are sized perfectly. So here's an A2 size card. They go edge to edge, actually a little bit over the edge on both directions, and this way you have plenty of overhang. So you're able to use these right onto cards as well, which I absolutely love. So let's take a closer look at the designs. So here we have a fun stripe with greens and blues, so it goes together with this fun nature outdoors. And then I've been using these in the sneak peeks too. They were on all my Polaroids. So here is that fun rainbow ladybug washi strip. I love how thin that one is, but it's got tons of detail in there. Then of course, this one where they're all holding those flowers. And of course, that's the artwork from Flower Picking Friends all colored in. So it even gets you an idea of how you can create a card with that fun scene on there. So I love how those look together. I love how colorful and playful those images are. This one is a pretty big strip and I wanted it to be the kind of focal point. So I think it's 1.5 inches, which I love. Now this snail mail is so much fun. You're gonna have fun using that on all your envelopes, am I right? So it's got these adorable little snails, a little envelope, and then of course the little bottom of the snail has gold foiling. I just couldn't help myself. That is so cute. And then we wanted to do some grass as well. So if you want to make them standing in the grass on a card, you totally can do that. Or you could just put it again across the card or across an envelope or in your planner, and it's gonna look absolutely adorable. To easily use it, all you have to do is just kind of bend the sheet a little bit to get a little peel started. It's pretty easy to do. And then you just want to tear it all the way down. And of course you could use little strips of it. It rips just like washi tape. It really is just the same exact washi material, just in a better way to store it. And of course you can use these in your planner. So I don't know where exactly these all go. I don't decorate my planner a ton, but how beautiful are all of these tapes in here. I just love them. Now the awesome part about these middle guys here is I made them quite substantially big for a reason. I wanted them to be able to be used on cards really well. So all you need to do is just, let's say you wanted one of these little guys. So all you need to do is just snip right in between them. So there we have one of these little guys down. And of course, if you wanted to use these on a card, you totally can, because it kind of just blends in with the background once you add it onto a piece of paper. So look, it just blends right in. It doesn't even look like you cut it off. And with that white background there, it goes perfectly with the cardstock, and then you have that fun planner image. So I love that. All right, I hope you guys like these as much as I love them for envelopes. Your planner and card making as well is so much fun with these. They're a really great way to use images on your card, especially if you don't want to color it. So it makes it super quick and easy. That's why we made them quite large in the center there. It's about 1.5 inches. So you got lots of great ways to use this tape. Going along with Flower Picking Friends, this one is called Cordial Critters. This one is a little bit more of a line work stencil, so doing this with pastes or foiling is so beautiful in the end. So this just has all of the little bugs from the Flower Picking Friends stamp set enlarged quite a bit and made into a stencil. I think this one is so adorable, and of course, since they are line work, you can just go in with your detail blending tools and color these in with whatever colors they are and do each one individually, which is so much fun as well. Now this next background stamp is so awesome. It's called Watercolor Blooms. Here we have all of these fun flowers and they totally look like they're watercolored. The cool part about this is you're able to just stamp this with one color of ink, not add any water, and it's going to create those watercolor looking patterns. So you see all those lighter areas, those are going to stamp lighter even though you're only using one color of ink, right? It's crazy, mind-boggling. And I'm so in love with that. So we added a halftone pattern here, so that creates a fun watercolor effect. Of course, if you want to bring in your water sprayer and spray it down, you totally could, and that's gonna make it mix and look even more like a watercolor background. And of course, the cool thing about this stamp is, you know what we did here? We made cutouts. So this piece cuts out and you're able to stamp it down. Here's an A2 size card for reference. So it's a pretty big flower, which I love. Just a simple card, can you imagine that? Love it. This piece also pops right out. You have this littler flower, so I'm giving you a couple options here, which I love. Then we have this smaller flower, so you're able to create, different looks with kind of a bundle of flowers on there. And then also, this one in the corner here pops out. You get another flower there, and then you get a leaf. So I love that all these little sections pop out, and of course, once you're ready to stamp it as a full background again, you're able to just quickly piece these in, and once you've done that, you're off to go, you're off on the races, and you're ready to keep stamping it as a full background. I just love this idea. I think it is so much fun to have cutouts in the background, and look, they're so easy to just piece back together and use it as one stamp. If you're having trouble with pieces kind of sticking out like that, all you do is just move the rubber a little bit until it all fits together, and there you go, your background is pieced together and ready to go. Now what I love about this is when you pull the pieces apart, you're able to just ink up separate sections and without any masking, stamp the flower down with different colors of inks. Now last but not least, I think I saved one of the best for last. You guys have been asking for this quite a bit, and I'm so happy to bring it to you guys. So you love when I do my own handwritten sentiments, which I love that you guys love them as much as I do. And so here I did some encouraging words, which I just love. Sometimes if you're struggling or you need a little pick-me-up, one of the best things is to get a card in the mail that's just encouraging. Not a card that says thinking of you, but instead a card that just encourages you and puts a smile on your face, which is so exciting, and I definitely could have used these words in some hard times. Now I wanted to make a stamp set with some fun phrases on them. So we have things like, you are a blessing, you make me smile, follow your dreams and don't let anyone stop you, I'm so proud of you, you're perfect just the way you are, you do you, and you're the best. So I absolutely love these sentiments, and I did them all with different kinds of pens and things like that, so you get some different textures in there, which I absolutely love. And then of course there's little things you can add to it, like little things you can put around the letters, little flowers, stars, and of course the little Instagram like. And so this sentiment set is going to be your go-to. Look how well those fit on an A2 size card. Look at that, they're just perfect for an A2 size card where you've created a great inked background, and all you need is a large sentiment to finish it off. Now this next stencil is called the Loo, and the reason why it's called the Loo is because I was in the bathroom at some restaurant and the tiling really inspired this one, which is fun and funny. I just get out my phone and I take a picture, and of course everything has changed. It was just kind of inspired by it, which I think is so much fun. So here is what the pattern looks like, and of course I'm very inspired by tile work and backsplash. The last stencil was called Backsplash, and you guys loved that kind of geometric look, and I am so in love with this one, and I hope you guys embrace it as much as I have. So the cool part about this is since it has straight lines, you can do some masking and fun things with coloring in each square. This stencil is so much fun, and I love the kind of floral look of it, but the geometric design really pulls through. And of course I use this in a bunch of backgrounds and create some really fun and colorful work along with it. And of course, shifting and things like that work really well with this stencil as well. Now this next background stamp is called Prom Dress, and I just love this one. I wanted something a little bit more elegant. Of course it's still in my fun style here, but I wanted something that I could heat emboss and do some watercoloring. I wanted something that I could just heat emboss in general on a piece of colored cardstock and call it a card. And this background is really just that for me. It's all these fun flowers. You're able to really beautifully color this in if you're into that. But like I said, if you just want to do some ink blending with a resist, or if you just want to stamp it plain Jane on the card, you totally can do that, and it gives a really elegant and quick and simple look. So here are some fun cards, mainly using the watercolor blooms background stamp, and of course I use the encouraging words, I use school scribbles in there too, and I use painted lines from one of my earlier releases, so you can really mix and match all of them. So here I used all of the different separate pieces in that, and I colored them with my inks. I had to do no masking, and you get this really beautiful kind of bouquet of flowers look, which I just love. Here I used that individual piece to create little flowers on the front of my card. I used Thinking of You from the Flower Picking Friends, and then of course this school scribbles as just a fun texture. And then here I used the background stamp as a whole, just all together with lots of different colors of the inks mixing, new and old of course. There's Psych and Crown Me in there, and then you've got Tropical Tango. So I absolutely love how this one turned out and how fun this background is. And here I used a little bit of water in there too, so it really helps those blend and create some beautiful watercolor look. Alright, now let's talk about just how much fun I've been having with this Puppy Pun stamp set. It is so adorable and so much fun to use on all your cards. So here is just a fun and colorful watercolored one using my new and old inks mixed together. Here you can see that fun colorful background, but here I just stamped them all out. I was able to color them in all different with Woof, Gur, and I also used some Minty Fresh in each one as well. And look at how fun these turned out. I just love them, and of course a little glossy accents for the nose and glasses. So then of course I used Puppy Puns, and it goes perfectly along with Window Maker as well here. So I used my inks to create that beautiful looking window, and then I did Your Possum with that fun little dog on there as well. So I just love that one. And then here, again, I used Window Maker. Here's two of the puppies with their little paws peeking over, and of course, Window Maker there, and then the bricks in the background from Window Maker as well. So I love that stencil. I love the versatility, and of course, you can use Window Maker for so much more. You can create a fun, beautiful landscape out there, mask it off to create a fun scene, or cut it out to make a look on the inside of the card as well. But I love these two together, and Puppy Puns and Window Maker work perfectly together or separate to create some beautiful cards. Alright, flower picking, friends, is one that I had tons of fun with. So you can see I was a little bit flower deprived before this release, but now we've got our flowers in here. So of course you can make elegant cards. I love these. This one's going to be in a video. So this was quick coloring, and this was a little bit taking more time. But look, those new ink colors were used in there, and these are just such fun backgrounds. So of course you can make some elegant backgrounds and cards with flower picking friends. Here we've created some even more elegant cards. I used the Lou in the background for this one with all my new colors, and some old ones as well in there too. I love how those mix together. And then here, again, I used the flower in there, and I just love the flowers by themselves as well. You can make some very, very elegant cards, and I love how they turn out. And then here, again, I used the Lou a lot in backgrounds. It's just so versatile and geometric. And here I used that flower, but then I made him hold it too, which I just love. It makes it so much fun and playful, but of course, you can use it by itself or together to create some really fun looks. And these little guys can also create some fun holiday cards for Halloween. Am I right? They got their arms taken out and they look like little mummies or zombies. So if you want to do that for Halloween, there's an idea as well. Alright, tons of cards for Byrd Buddies. I love this one as well. So here I used timber in the background, lots of my new and old colors to create that blend. And then I did these, the toucan and the parakeet just waving hello, and I love this one. And here I mirrored that stamped image using my gel plate. So I have videos on most all these cards, I believe, and I'll definitely be showing them in the future, but I love this card, how it turned out. So you can create more of a scene on your cards, or you can use them kind of with all the images in here that came. So this one says, "You make me smile," this obnoxious little bird on his swing, and then of course school scribbles, and this is Psych with a little bit of tropical tango at the edge, and I love how that one looks. So how fun and playful is that? I love this one. It's got "Shake it till you make it, it's your special day" with the peacock. And then here is that leafy greens, and again I moved it and I did a little bit in between there as well. And I love the color combo and the look on this. It just looks so beautiful. And then of course, my favorite Piley bird from the whole set, he just looks so funny. We put him in the birdhouse here, so you can make most of the birds sticking out of the birdhouse. This is one of my favorite peeps with the leafy greens stencil. Love that one. And then of course here he is. That is a lifted background using the School Scribbles background stamp. So this is going to be in a video. And then here's that fun little bird as well. So I just love how that looks, and it gives such a fun look with those birds. They're just so much fun and playful on your cards. And then of course here I used the prom dress background stamp to create some really fun cards. So look how simple it can be. Like this took maybe 2 minutes. Stamp it down with some Versamark or embossing ink, and then you stamp it onto a colored cardstock, heat emboss it. This is Princess Gold embossing powder, and I think that looks just stunning, right? So you don't even have to use the full image, just stamp it off the edge, and I love how that looks. So then we also did this watercolored look using some of the new and old inks, and that is so much fun, right? So lots more detail in here. It took a little bit more time, but I love that you're able to heat emboss it and do some coloring on the go, and then create this beautiful card in the end. And then here, all I had to do was I heat embossed the background, and then here I did some ink blending. So this coloring looks a little bit more detailed, but it really is super simple and quick to do. You cut them out, and then put them on a card, and I used the Lou in the background here. But I just love how these cards turned out. So elegant, and I love those flowers. Alright, so that finishes up the release video. I hope you guys are as excited as I am, and again, they are going to be in stores mid to late February. I cannot wait for you guys to get your hands on them. So again, I'm going to go to Creativation in about a week. You'll see lots of demo videos, lots of examples of products, and me showing how to use all this stuff there, and of course, tons of videos and inspiration, because if I let you guys buy my products, I want to make sure you have tons of inspiration for them and how to use them as well. And those colors, I am so excited about. So leave comments down below, letting me know which product or which color was your favorite from the release. I cannot wait to chat with you and hear from you guys down there, and I'll see you very, very soon in another card making and crafting video. I'm so excited. Bye guys!